Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It is Chrissy T here with a review, recap, summary, whatever you want to call it, of Baddies East. And honey, whew, I don't even know where to start. Well, first of all, Chrisean, why did you send these junior high cheerleaders out to fight your sister? And you already knew what time it was because in your confessional you said, my sister is bigger than both of them. I hope they got some mace. So you already knew what time it was. You didn't try to talk them out of it. You didn't try to reason with them. You just threw them to the lion's den. She had her little friend out there flopping around like a damn fish. Y'all got to look at this. So when Tesehki came out, she ready and she clapping. And I'm like, because I was so confused. They called all the girls out to the backyard and she clapping. I'm like, okay, they about to put on a show. So then I seen the cheerleaders come out with their cheer uniforms on. I'm not thinking they're ready to fight. I honestly thought they was about to perform a cheer. Because that's exactly what they look like in their Hooters outfits. Chrisean, if these your friends, I would hate to see your enemies, child. And if I'm not mistaken, one of the girls had on flip-flops. And then Marsh, the one that got mollywopped first, she was like, can we fight on the ground and not in the grass? Well, at that point, it didn't matter, honey. Because whether you was in the grass, on the ground, you was going to get ate up. You got whooped. Chrisean hyped her friends up to get mollywopped. Like, you really set them up. You knew they didn't have a chance. And since y'all want to come out here dressed like twins, y'all gonna get the same ass whooping. So that little girl that you had with you, Janet, she's gonna get the same beat down that you got this episode. So this episode, I'm kind of torn because I really don't know who the villain was. They both were out of line. But and the hatred that they have for each other, it runs deep. They've never had a close relationship. So why she brought her sister on the show, I don't know. Well, yes, I do know. So she brought her sister on the show because she wanted Natalie to jump her. Natalie and some of the girls from the cast. Like, damn, you hate your sister that much that you want to get her jumped. You set her up to come on the show just to jump her. Yeah, they hate your run so deep. We can't even begin to understand. I follow them both on Twitter and honey, and Instagram, and honey, it gets messy. So I'm just going to start from the beginning of the episode. So Natalie in the kitchen, she's still running around playing dodgeball with Tesekhi and Chrisean because they are throwing anything they can get their hands on. I think Tesekhi threw a wooden spoon. Chrisean threw some paper cups. Somebody even threw a book. And she running around bragging about how she's dodging it. And then she had the nerve to go into her confessional and say, how you gonna be a baddie, but you can't even throw something and make it hit, but you're hiding behind the counter? Why don't you come around? Why don't you come out from around that counter and run up on them like you run up on everybody else you want to fight? And let this be a learning lesson. How can you trust a girl, Chrisean Rock? How can you trust this person who wants you to jump her own sister? And at the end of the day, they are family. So her loyalty is always going to be to her sister. So we thought until she got her sister jumped. But you should have just stayed out of it and just let them sisters deal with their own issues. But Chrisean is a manipulator and she had us all fooled. She has no loyalty to her sister. So what makes you think she's going to have loyalty with you? And I'm so confused in this episode. I don't know who's the villain. To me, they both are. They both were out of line. But to get your sister jumped, that's the lowest of low. So after finally, giving up playing dodgeball with Natalie because security wasn't going to let them get at her and she wasn't going to come from behind the counter, they decided to leave and go to the new house. So the house was only for Chrisean and her sister, but all the other baddies followed because they didn't like the old house. So they ended up leaving Natalie, Rolly, and Scotty in the old house by themselves while everybody else followed Tesehki and Chrisean. So they finally get to the new house and everybody's getting dressed because they're ready to go to Club Karma. So obviously they're on two different buses. We got Natalie, Rolly, and Scotty on one bus, and all the other girls, they're on another bus. So while on the bus, Tesehki's on the phone. I guess she FaceTiming somebody. And she was like, she said, "Where is Tay Tay and AJ? Where the gang at?" So Chrisean was like, "Why are you asking where AJ at? Like her big ass was invited." So we don't know who AJ is, but we do know she's plus size. So Tesekhi was like, "Who? Who are you talking about?" She said, "AJ." So here is where I started to give Tesekhi the side eye. He lied and production had to run it back. So she said, "I never said anything about AJ. I said, hey, or A, where Tay Tay?" So apparently AJ is a girl that doesn't like Chrisean. Well, first of all, her friends ain't got to like you. I'm sure she wouldn't bring them around you thinking they're going to fight you, because with the hands that she got, I doubt if her friends will even try you like that. So yeah, her friends ain't got to like your ass. Just like your friends don't like her. So they arguing back and forth about this AJ situation, and Tesekhi thinks Chrisean is overreacting and doing too much. So Tesekhi finally gets tired of Chrisean running her damn mouth, and she said, "Girl, I will beat the shit out of you, pregnant or not." Now, yeah, I don't know if that was a scare tactic or if she really would have beat the shit out of her pregnant sister. I don't think so. So after she said that, Rock was trying to hurry up and get away from her damn sister. She put herself in danger in order to get away from her sister. So did she really think her sister would hit her? Like, we don't know her sister. So we're probably thinking, "Oh, girl, she not going to hit you." But she's thinking, "Oh yeah, she about to hit my ass." So she ended up running off the bus and almost got hit by an egg. But the fact that she put herself in danger to get away from her sister is very telling. Is it okay to hit a pregnant woman? If you want to hit her in the mouth, that's acceptable. But to beat her down, no. So they finally get off the bus and they go into Club Karma. So some of the girls perform, and Natalie was about to go on stage until she saw Chrisean friends and some of the family members that was there at the hotel when they got into it. And honey, when I tell you, Natalie got the hell out of Dodge. She grabbed her purse and got the hell out of Dodge because she thought it was a setup. Seeing all of them there, on the stage with her, and then some other ones was in the crowd. So at that point, Chrisean was performing. And so Natalie exited the building with security and she went outside to the Sprinter and she was like, "If you want to make this the fucking Chrisean show, then make it the Chrisean show." So yeah, she was getting a little jealous because the crowd was going wild over Chrisean, which only heightens Chrisean's arrogance because she thinks she a A-list celebrity now, and her head has gotten so big for her body because she thinks she's that girl, but really not. So Natalie thought her life was in danger. So she ended up leaving, and then security ended up, grabbing all the other girls. So while the cameras went down, two of Chrisean's friends jumped Tesehki, her own damn sister. Meanwhile, she's in the Sprinter looking like she don't know what's going on, but at the same time looking like she up to something. So when kids are doing something they have no business doing, the look they have on their face, that's exactly what she looked like. So her sister got beaten to a pulp, and Chrisean, she act like damn, she don't know what's going on in the Sprinter, hiding, girl. So according to the girls in their confessionals, they jumped Tesekhi because Chrisean had confronted her first. Chrisean confronted her first because she was acting like a op, because she really wanted her to slap the shit out of Wo Vicky. That's why Chrisean was mad. So she approached her, and then the sister was like, "Get out of her damn face," before she beat the shit out of her. Would she have beat the shit out of her sister? Probably not. But the girls felt the need to jump her for the safety of Chrisean. And she was beaten to a pulp. Now, I know sibling rivalry, but to get your sister jumped? I ain't never heard no shit like that in my life. So Tesehki at this point is pissed, as she should. And then Chrisean said her sister spit in her face. Damn. You know how mad you have to be to spit in someone's face? So in Tesekhi's confessional, she was bawling her eyes out. And that really broke my heart because she said the moment she heard her sister's voice yelling, beat that bitch ass, it was devastating. And she was bawling her eyes out. I really felt bad for her. And this family needs some prayer, especially these two sisters. But like I said before, the hatred runs deep. And things got so crazy. At one point, there were some men out there trying to fight security. Like, it got so crazy. So I'm thinking to myself, did Chrisean call these men? Who are these guys? But they were really trying to fight security. Ugh, girl, it was crazy. Okay. So the next day we see Marsh. She's the one that got the first beat down. Then we see Janet, her little friend, and then Chrisean. So they're all in the hotel because obviously Chrisean didn't go back to the Baddies' house. So Marsh asked Chrisean how did she feel about everything that took place the day prior. So this little bird, she said fuck her sister. And that she was tired of being quiet because Tesekhi didn't stand on the shit she said. So she's really mad at her sister because she didn't slap the shit out of Vicky. And then she said because of that, she wanted that bitch jumped. Just like that. Here is where I lost respect for Chrisean because you lying talking about you wanted to fight her because she tried to fight you. You had your sister jump because she didn't slap Vicky. And you consider her as being an op. You're dumb and immature. Girl, grow up. I can't wait for her to have this baby so she can get this shit beat out of her by somebody because you think you too tough to be touched. Like, this really pissed me off. And then you lying on the gram talking about you had your sister jump because she was trying to fight you. You had her jump because she wouldn't slap Vicky. You should have slapped her your damn self. So her sister wanted the one-on-one fade. And Chrisean gave them the go-ahead. So what would happen if they didn't follow through the one-on-one fade? Would you have Marsh and Janet jumped? Like, you caused all this for no reason. You're dumb, and I'm just not a fan anymore. And this little newfound fame of yours won't last long. So please humble yourself. And what Vicky did ain't that serious for you to want to jump your sister. Damn, she just retweeted something and liked a tweet. Now, are you going to want to fight everybody who liked the tweet? I liked it. And then Janet, tiny ass, so skinny, talking about, well, you're supposed to protect your sister, not bully your sister. Honey, she was trying to talk some sense into Chrisean because since she always preaching she loved God, she was trying to talk some sense into her. Hey, these girls said they were sorry and they were too little. Child, ain't nothing godly about you. You only throw that God stuff around when Blueface does something to you, and that's when you want all of a sudden be a Christian. Like, you a bird. And for y'all who say Tesekhi was wrong, now that we're at the end, I see that Chrisean was wrong because she was only mad because Tesekhi didn't slap Vicky. Like, come on, girl. The same girl you was praying with the month before. I would be okay with you slapping Vicky than trying to get your sister to do it and then getting your sister jumped because she refused to submit to your goofiness. Let me hurry up and finish this because the more I think about it, this heifer is raising my blood pressure. And I'm just trying to get through this because she got me pissed. So then the little heifer goes on to say, why is her sister in competition with her? Like, you're trying to prove that she's the big sister. She said, go ahead and get your little camera time because I'm the big dog. I'm the big star. Girl, please humble yourself because the fastest you've got this fame, the fastest it can be taken away from you. So don't get too comfortable, honey. It can be taken away. I'm starting to see the real Chrisean. This is the same person that bullied Jaden and Alexis when she was pregnant. Like, she bullied that girl. She was calling her stupid for being pregnant by Blueface a second time. She even uploaded a video of her and Blueface having intimacies just to get at Alexa. This girl is not who y'all think she is. Like, she's evil and demonic. And the people are starting to see it. So the next day, Mariah Lynn meets up with Tesehki to check on her to see how she was doing. And I thought that was sweet of her to check on her. So Tesehki ended up explaining to her what happened that night. And she said that Chrisean wanted her on the show to fight Natalie, Vicky, and Anna. And she said that, she's here to defend her sister, but she ain't gonna just rumble everybody for you without knowing, what happened and what the hell she fighting for. But she will defend and protect you, but she ain't gonna be no damn bully because you want her to. So she told Mariah Lynn she was jumped, and Mariah Lynn was really feeling bad for her, and she said she was pissed because that's family. So she gave her a hug and told her, she'll be her sister on this show and that she'll fight right beside her. And let me tell y'all, girl, she fought beside Tesehki. When she starts to fight, she beat the shit out of Marsh, but then she started to fight Janet, and she was right beside her like she said she was. So yeah, Mariah Lynn, you're a real one for that one. So then they was talking about Natalie. She said, she grew up listening to Natalie and looking up to her. She said she used to go around saying, "I run LA," like Natalie used to say on the Bad Girls Club. And then Mariah Lynn was telling her, Natalie, she cool people. She try to help everybody out, get a chance to, get to know her. And so she said she'll go and talk to Natalie so they can hash things out. And I like the fact that she did that she wanted to bring them together instead of have them fight and create division like Chrisean did. So Mariah Lynn goes to talk to Natalie. And when she was talking to Natalie, Biggie called. So she called and talking about she's on her way. She drove 9 hours just to follow them to the club, and then said she got her bags because she wants to be on the show. If you wasn't invited back, just don't even invite yourself. Like, you look thirsty. I like you, Biggie, but you look real thirsty. She did not invite you back to the Baddies. It sounds like you invited yourself back. But yeah, you looking thirsty, girl. Just next. So now we get to the long-awaited fight, honey. Tesehki comes out. Let's go. Making all these sounds. Let's go, honey. Like she ready to rumble. And then here come the cheerleaders with their outfits on, ready to get beat down. So she done beat Marsh down to a pulp. And then while she was beating on her, she was trying to tell her how to fight. Come on, shorty. You got it. Like, she was teaching this girl how to fight in the midst of beating her ass. And so we see next week, Janet gets knocked out. And Chrisean back there looking with that shit stained look on her face. And then you see them same girls that got beat down run and attack Vicky and beat her ass down. But I mean, this is the Baddies, and yeah, Vicky, I mean, that's how it is. So yeah, you got your ass whooped. You should have seen it coming. It is the Baddies. That's how it goes down. So yeah, she got hers. And then you hear Sky talking about Vicky got her ass whooped. Well, Vicky standing on top of something talking about Jesus loves y'all. Next thing you know, Marsh and Janet take off running, jump over this little ledge and beat the hell out of her, okay? She even pressed charges. I got a copy of... Well, she pressed charges on Chrisean. Well, actually, yeah, she pressed charges on all of them. In the state of Maryland, she pressed charges. It's on the Maryland Judiciary website. So that is the end of this. Next week we get to see Marsh, finish getting her ass beating. We only seen half, but next week we see the full, and then we see Janet get knocked the fuck out.